I'm Jeff Burr, and I am very thrilled to have you back for this final suit of the pip cards. We're starting with the Ace of Pentacles or Coins. In the Rider-Waite deck that you had gotten, it looks like this. It has pentacles for you. It's the same thing. It's the same idea. That idea of this earth element through this wonderful card, this wonderful first pip of the Pentacles or the Coins suit. From this point on, I'll be just referring to it as coins, because that's how I was taught, that's how I like it. It remembers, or it doesn't remember, it resembles the best element of earth that I can figure, because it has to do with the material world, the money, the wealth, how you are being in the world, work, security. It's all of those things. If I could imagine this image even more clearly to what this card and what this suit, what this earth element of coins means, it would be, and I hope that you can imagine this too, this hand being offered from the earth, this way of being. If you've been paying close attention, you can see that we're entering your being state. These are all the cards to describe all the activities of your life, all the states of being in your life as a result of all of those things that you have been thinking, all of those thoughts that have been guiding you, all those thoughts that you hopefully have been choosing. Remember the emotional guidance scale where you choose the better feeling thought so that you can feel the better feeling emotion, and then you will automatically do life differently when you feel better about it. Basic law of attraction. And here we begin this final suit of all the combination of all of your doings, all of your feelings, all of your thoughts are now going to be described for you and there's wonderful suggestions in these next 10 cards on ways to be and ways to think and ways to feel and ways to do your life differently so that you can be experiencing the life that you are hopefully intending for yourself. If you're living everything just fine the way it is now, then maybe you don't have any interest in all of this. I like to improve my life. I want to improve your life. I love improving people's lives with them, and I am excited to get started with this very first Ace of Pentacles right here. This is the beginning of a new way of being. When you get this beautiful card face up, whenever you see that there is this new way, this new coin being offered to you, it means an increase of a way of just walking through the world. To most, and traditionally this card speaks to wealth and abundance, and you can tell that it's proper wealth, and by that proper wealth, I mean that the star image on that coin, if you can imagine that star actually from now on in as a figure of a man or a woman with the head on top, the arms outstretched, and the legs down there. Whenever the head is on top, that means that you basically have your head straight on. You have your head screwed on straight about how you're being in the world. There's a new way of living whenever this card comes in for you. Perhaps it means more wealth. Perhaps it means more security. Could be. But as a general, the essence of the suit through the Ace of Coins just means that the combination of those things that you've been doing in your life, feeling in your life, and thinking in your life are taking you to a next level. When it's face up like this, when it's, presents like this. Now, when it comes in reversed, I would like for you to think of that figure of that man via that star, that woman via that star, where now the root chakra, that area where it's all about just not necessarily greed, but just all about security comes first, and your head kind of gets taken out of the equation. It's the only other time that this reversed coin comes in is this card here with this devil card. And I hope that you can remember that all this card means is that it represents those things that no longer serve you. It has nothing to do with hell or some demon or some sort of person trying to get you to do some harm to yourself or other people. It only represents those things that don't serve you. Which is why whenever you turn this little star face up, this pentacle, this coin face up, that means that those chains come off you, that you have released, that this is a thing to be hopeful, optimistic about. That's why this can be directly related to whenever this card comes in face up. Okay? That's the connection that we want to have you make whenever you see this beautiful coin for yourself. And really, with the image of this, you can basically see that you're inside of a garden where experience is taking place outside of the garden. So you have this new way of being based on all those things that you've been thinking and feeling and doing in the past, and it's up to you to then take that new way of being in the world out to experience more, to help hone you, to help get you, to brighten your light even brighter due to new experience based on your new frequency that you brought in from this new state of being. Which is the primary reason why I said that, is because whenever it shows reverse for you, that means a couple things. Number one, the idea that wealth has corrupted you because that there's problems in your areas of being in your life. It could be around areas of wealth. It could mean also that you're stuck inside the garden and you don't want to take this new way of being out in the world. This comes up a lot with people that are just trying to leave the nest of their parents. And you'll know this for yourself. Whenever this card comes up and you know that you're not thinking just about money and power and all of these things that are associated with like the negative aspects of abundance, perhaps you're just scared to go out on your own. This is the failure to launch syndrome, and also a movie with Matthew McConaughey about he just wants to stay at home with his dad, Terry Bradshaw, who's a Pittsburgh Steeler, by the way. Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, so anything Steelers is fine by me. So this could mean just failure to launch, failure to leave the garden, to take your life and risk. This is security. This means that you don't feel secure, so you got to stay home. You got to stay close to those people that are trickling down the coin to you. That's this card right here. We're going to be getting to this card in a little bit. You can kind of see that this card is about just getting just enough. Whenever this card shows in reverse, it could mean you're just getting enough and you don't want to leave that garden to be your own self, to open up a new way of being of yourself in a new world after you graduate high school, after you graduate college, after you get out of your trade school. That could be what this is indicating. So whenever you're shuffling your cards and you're wondering and you're hoping and you're asking for some bits of inspiration or some bits of guidance to what to keep in mind today, and this puppy comes in reversed, that means that you have to know that you are secure to leave the gate. You are secure to leave the garden and be who you are, be your authentic self in the world. You'll know if you're putting too much emphasis on making more money and all of those things. You'll know that. That doesn't really come in very often. Your deep subconscious will speak to you when you get this card. You will now know the two conscious understandings of this card. This is a new way to be expressed in the world and in nature. And this means a little bit of a failure to launch, a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of low, maybe possible self-esteem that we're going to work on later with a lot of different meditations, a lot of different imagery journeys. So this is probably too much to talk about the new coins suit. We're going to talk about the two of coins and how whenever you're rocking and rolling in the seas, you just got to keep in mind this character. We're going to talk about this cat in just a second. Thank you for joining. We are entering a new way of being. Right above my buddy Jack Daniels down there. In case you were wondering, that's my furry little buddy Jack. I'll see you in a sash. I'll see you in a flash. Bye-bye.